Hi, I'm Mike Powers. I'm the Critical Care Medicine Program Director at the University of Kentucky. I originally trained in Oregon at Oregon Health Science University for medical school and then moved to San Diego for residency and fellowship and stayed there to start my staff career. My background's a little bit different than a lot of people at academic medical centers because I was actually a physician for the United States Navy during that time in San Diego, which allowed me to do some pretty unique things that not many people get to do. And I hope someday to get to tell you a little bit more about those things. So I'm here at UK because about 4 years ago, my wife and I decided it was time for a change. And we looked for a place that was going to give us a really great professional opportunity and a really great quality of life. And it was a big surprise to us to find that the University of Kentucky was that place. We did not anticipate that at all. And we've really been incredibly happy here. To be part of the university that is growing and changing in such great ways, and to be given an opportunity to help shape and lead a fellowship like we have here at the University of Kentucky has been a phenomenal opportunity. One of the things that I'm most proud of in my medical career. It's really been a great place to be a physician as well. The patients here are incredibly grateful for the care that we're providing them with. And the level of acuity and complexity that we see here is really a match to any institution across the country. Um, in addition to that, it's just a wonderful place to work. The people in the division, the other faculty, are like my family. Coming to work every day is not a challenge. It's a joy. I love working with the fellows. They have such a positive, upbeat attitude. They take on the task that we challenge them with throughout their education with real aplomb and just hit the ground running from day one. And to be part of that and to be able to watch that has just been a great experience for me. So my area of academic interest really is interstitial lung disease, and I hesitate to mention that as the critical care medicine program director. I know most of you probably don't want to hear about pulmonary medicine. I am a medical educator first and foremost. That's how I view myself, a clinician educator. And I take a lot of pride in the time and effort that I dedicate to the fellowship program. But I am a pulmonologist, and I think that's important for you all to know. Um, Within the realm of interstitial lung disease, I have particular interests in small airways disease, bronchiectasis, and atypical infections, in addition to kind of the typical components of interstitial lung disease. But again, I know none of you all want to hear about that. Within the realm of critical care, I'm sort of a jack of all trades, master of none. I really like all of it. I wouldn't consider myself to be a particular expert in any of it. I've dabbled in research across the spectrum of pulmonary disease, critical care, medical education, and still do a little bit of all of that. But at the end of the day, I consider myself a clinician educator primarily. As a program director, I'm really somebody who does my best to help each individual trainee reach their individual aspirations. I don't try and create people who all look the same. And I think that's really reflected when you look at the composition of our fellowship program, which is a little bit unique in terms of how diverse it is. And by that, I mean, we have training paradigms that cross multiple different disciplines. Here we've had fellows that train in straight critical care medicine, cardiology critical care medicine, nephrology critical care medicine, hospice and palliative care and critical care medicine. And I aspire to, at some point in the relatively near future, create an infectious disease and critical care medicine training paradigm as well. I think that's one of the real strengths of the program is that all these different training backgrounds create a lot of different philosophies towards patient care. And I think that really enriches the way that we care for patients. And I know as a supervising staff physician, it's one of my favorite parts of being in the ICU is seeing how my different fellows approach a different situation. I would say that every time I'm on service with one of our trainees, particularly those from nephrology or cardiology or some other background that's significantly different from my own, I learn an incredible amount from them. Hopefully, not as much as they learn from me, but certainly a great deal. Lexington has been a real surprise in a positive way. It's sort of that quintessential college town, and I never experienced that earlier in my academic career. It's a place where on Saturday when there's a football game, stores might close. I was shocked the first weekend I was here. I went to the tile store to buy tile, and they had a sign up on the door that said closed for football game. At the time, I was annoyed, but now I actually really appreciate that that is the way the city works. The university is truly the heart of the city. It is what drives things and what brings people together. And being part of that has been great. It's a town that's manageable in size, so easy to get around, easy to do things, but big enough to have really the vast majority of what you want. And if it doesn't, there's bigger cities a very short drive away in Cincinnati and Louisville. I think the presence of the university really diversifies the city at large, both in terms of the people that live here and the opportunities that exist from an entertainment perspective, from a cultural perspective, all of those things. It really is, it feels much bigger than it is on paper. So it's been a great place to live.